So today in this video we are going to talk about the topic stream function, which is denoted by the symbol psi. Okay, so stream function is defined as a scalar function of space and time. Okay, scalar function means it depends on magnitude, it does not depends on direction. Okay, so it is a scalar function of space as well as time. Partial derivative of stream function, that is psi, with respect to any direction gives velocity component at perpendicular angle to that direction. So let us understand this term mathematically. So here it is written that partial derivative of stream function. So we'll write partial derivative of stream function, say delta psi. Okay, psi is the symbol for stream function. So partial derivative of stream function with respect to any direction. Okay, we have three directions, x, y, z. So partial derivative of stream function with respect to any direction. So suppose we'll take direction x. So del x. So partial derivative of stream function with respect to any direction, here we have taken suppose del x. What it will give? It will give velocity component at perpendicular angle to that direction. Okay, velocity component. We studied in the theory of velocity and acceleration that if v is the resultant velocity of a particle at a particular point in a flow field, then it is the resultant of u square plus v square plus w square, where u, v and w are the velocity components in x, y and z direction. Okay, so here it is saying that partial derivative of stream function, that is delta psi, with respect to any direction, suppose delta x, gives velocity component at perpendicular angle to that direction. So the velocity component at the perpendicular direction of x is v. So it will gives us the value of v. Okay, suppose similarly we'll take the another direction. Here it is shown, this is direction x, this is direction y. So here we got del psi by del x is equals to v. Similarly, if we apply the same in direction of y, then what we will get? We will get delta psi by delta y is equals to minus u. Okay, where partial derivative of stream function with respect to y direction gives velocity component in perpendicular direction to y. So which is the perpendicular direction of y? X. And what is the velocity component in x direction? U. Okay, so del psi by del y is equals to minus u. Here minus u is taken, but here we are going to consider it as a scalar function only. So here there is no importance of this minus sign. Okay, so del psi by del x is equals to v and del psi by del y is equals to minus u. Okay, so this is the mathematical representation of your definition, that is of stream function. Okay, next point is that it is applicable only to two-dimensional flow. So here we have shown only two dimension. The third direction, that is direction z, is not shown because it is applicable to only two-dimensional. So it is applied in only two direction, that is x and y. So del psi by del x is equals to v and del psi by del y is equals to minus u. Now we saw in the previous theory that for a fluid to occur, it must satisfy the continuity equation in three dimension, which is given as del u by del x plus del v by del y plus del w by del z equals to 0. We also calculated one numerical, that if a fluid wants to flow, then it must satisfy the continuity equation in Cartesian coordinate. Okay, so similarly here also stream function psi, this is a function which is used to find the velocity of a fluid flow at a particular point. Okay, with the help of stream function, we can find the velocity of a particular particle in a fluid flow. So this stream function psi must also satisfies the continuity equation. But as it is applicable to only two-dimensional flow, what will be the continuity equation in this case? It will be only del u by del x plus del v by del y equals to 0. The component del w by del z will not be applicable over here because it is applicable to only two-dimensional flow. Okay, so here if you can see, it is written that as the value of stream function psi is used to determine the velocity at a particular point in a flow field in 2D, that is with two space coordinates x, y, it must satisfy the continuity equation, and the continuity equation for the two-dimensional flow will be this: del u by del x plus del v by del y equals to 0. Now what we will do over here? We will substitute the values of u is equals to minus del psi by del y and v is equals to del psi by del x in this equation. Okay, so here you can see that instead of u it has been written minus del psi by del y, and instead of v it is written del psi by del x is equals to 0. So it will be minus del square psi by del x del y plus del square psi by del x del y equals to 0. So 0 is equals to 0. Hence psi satisfies the continuity equation, which proves that the fluid is flowing in a flow field. Clear? In the last theory only we said that if the fluid wants to flow, then it must satisfy the continuity equation. So here we are talking about the velocity components u and v in terms of stream function psi. Okay, so substituting the values of u and v in the continuity equation for two-dimensional flow, okay, this equation is satisfied. It means that psi satisfies the continuity equation, and if psi satisfies the continuity equation, that it means that the fluid is flowing in a flow field. Okay. Now next step is to determine that whether the flowing fluid is rotational or irrotational flow. Okay, now we are confirmed that as it is satisfying the continuity equation, the fluid is flowing, but whether it is flowing in rotational or irrotational motion. Okay, if it is irrotational, then it will flow like this. Okay, and if it is rotational, then it will flow on its own axis. Okay, so this is a case of rotational flow, while this is a case of irrotational flow. So once we are confirmed through the satisfying of continuity equation that the fluid is flowing, the next step is required to determine that whether the fluid which is flowing is rotational or irrotational flow. So to check this condition, that whether the flow is irrotational or rotational flow, okay, we need to determine the rotational component Wz must be equals to 0. Okay, so Wz is equals to half of del v upon del x minus del u upon del y is equals to 0. The velocity components in the other two directions are subtracted. Okay, if the rotational component in z direction is taken, then it will be the formula of del v by del x, that is the velocity component in y direction minus partial differentiation of velocity components in x direction with respect partial derivative of component x with respect to y direction, and this must be equals to 0. So again what we are going to do, again we are going to substitute the value of v and u in terms of which function? In terms of psi, which is stream function. Okay, so substituting the value of v is equals to del psi by del x and u is equals to minus del psi by del y, we will get del square psi by del x square plus del square psi by del y square equals to 0. So if this equation is satisfied, then we can say that the rotational component is 0. Rotational component is 0, it means what? It means the fluid is not rotating on its own axis, and then it will be proved that the fluid is irrotational. So it is flowing like this. Okay, so if we want to prove that it is not rotating on its own axis, the rotational component, which is Wz, must be equals to 0. So if this equation is satisfied, then we can say that the fluid is flowing as well as the fluid is irrotational. It means that it is flowing like this. Okay. So these are the two main properties of psi, that if the value of psi exists, it means that it is a possible case of fluid flow, because as we studied that psi is used to determine the velocity at a particular point in a flow field. Okay, so if the value of psi exists, definitely the fluid is going to flow. And if the psi satisfies the Laplace equation, it is a case of irrotational flow. This equation is known as Laplace equation. Laplace 2D equation, del square psi by del x square plus del square psi by del y square equals to 0. So this is the Laplace equation in 2 dimension, and if this psi function, stream function, satisfies this Laplace equation, then it is a case of irrotational flow. Okay, I think you must be clear with the theory of stream function. Don't worry, this will be clear to a greater extent when we carry out a sum. Okay, so when we do a calculation of a numerical, this theory will get more clear. Okay, now moving towards the second theory, which is the velocity potential function. Okay, velocity potential function phi. The one which we studied right now was stream function psi, and this is velocity potential function phi. Okay, so again here potential function is defined as a scalar function of space and time. Okay, so magnitude is taken into consideration and not the direction. So again it is a scalar function of space and time. Now as we define the stream function, let us now define the velocity potential function. So partial negative derivative of velocity potential function with respect to any direction gives fluid velocity in that direction, and this velocity potential function is applicable to 3-dimensional flow. Okay, the stream function is applicable to only 2-dimensional flow, while velocity potential function is applicable to 3-dimensional flow. So here 3 direction has been taken, x, y, z, and the velocity components in the 3 directions u, v and w. Now from this let us define the velocity potential function. So partial negative derivative. So negative derivative of velocity potential function with respect to any direction gives fluid velocity in that direction. So first of all, any direction will take direction x. So in case of any direction, first we will take x, and partial derivative, negative derivative of velocity potential function, that is minus del phi by del x. Okay, so partial negative derivative of velocity potential function with respect to any direction gives fluid velocity in that direction. So what is the fluid velocity in x direction? It is small u. Okay, so here if you can see u is equals to minus del phi by del x, then partial negative derivative of velocity potential function phi with respect to direction y gives velocity component in the direction y, which is v, and similarly for w, that is w is equals to minus del phi by del x. Okay, and remember that this is a case for the steady flow. Phi is a function of x, y and z for steady flow. Along with these 3 direction, if the time t is also given, then it will become case of unsteady flow. So right now here we have considered only steady flow, and that's why velocity potential function phi is a function of space coordinates x, y and z. Okay. Now for a fluid flow to occur, again it must satisfy which equation? Continuity equation. And as this function is applicable to all the 3 direction, we will take the entire equation as del u by del x plus del v by del y plus del w by del z is equals to 0. Okay. So Substituting the values of equation 1 in equation 2, your equation 1 is, these are the values of your equation 1. So, substituting the value of u, v and w in this equation, that is here, in place of this u, this v and this w, okay, we will get what? Substituting these values, we will get del square psi by del square phi by del x square plus del square phi by del y square plus del square phi by del z square is equals to 0, which is known as Laplace equation in 3 dimension. Okay, so this is the Laplace equation in 3 dimension, and it must be satisfied for velocity potential function. If it needs to be, Laplace equation needs to be satisfied in for the stream function, that it must be a case of 2-dimensional flow, then in that case this term must be 0. Okay, so if any values of phi satisfies above equation, then it is a possible case of fluid flow. Again, if the value phi satisfies the above equation, okay, that is by substituting the value of phi in this equation, we will get the value is equals to 0, then it will represent a possible case of fluid flow. Now again, as we did in the case of stream function, we need to determine that whether the flow which is flowing is rotational or irrotational. Okay, so checking the component, rotational component, again Wz is equals to half del v by del x minus del u by del y is equals to 0, and substituting the values of v is equals to minus del phi by del y and u is equals to minus del phi by del x is equals to 0, we will get Wz is equals to half minus del square phi by del x del y plus del square phi by del y del x is equals to 0. Okay, so if this term is equals to 0, it means that the flow is irrotational. Wz is equals to 0. This means that rotational component is 0. It means fluid is not rotating about its own axis. So the fluid motion is not taking in this manner. It means that your fluid is irrotational, and if your fluid is irrotational, then the fluid will flow like this. Okay, so as we see the properties of psi, there are the properties of phi, that if the velocity potential phi exists, the flow should be irrotational. Okay, if the velocity potential phi exists, it means that the flow should be irrotational, and if the phi satisfies the Laplace equation, it represents the possible steady, incompressible, irrotational flow. Steady, incompressible, irrotational flow. These properties are somewhat opposite to the properties of psi function. Okay, so the properties of psi function are somewhat alternative to the properties of phi. And now the relation between stream function psi and velocity potential phi is given as follows. So we know that for a 2-dimensional flow which is applicable to stream function, u is equals to minus del phi by del x, v is equals to minus del phi by del y. Okay, listen, here we are going to compare both the functions, but as the stream function is applicable to only 2-dimensional flow, we are also considering velocity potential function for 2D flow. Okay, so for 2D flow, we have written the equations for velocity potential functions, and we have written the equations for stream function. Okay, so u is equals to minus del phi by del x, v is equals to minus del phi by del y. Similarly, u is equals to minus del psi by del y. See, here in case of stream function, the velocity component is in perpendicular direction of the flow, and if the direction is considered x, then the velocity component must be of the perpendicular direction to this direction. So if here x is taken, then the velocity component must be of the y direction, which is v. while here in case of potential function the velocity component in the same direction is taken, that is for x direction u is taken, for y direction v is taken. Okay, while here for y direction v is not taken, u is taken, and for x direction u is not taken, v is taken. Okay, so this must be kept clear. So now comparing the values of u for stream function and velocity potential function as well as v, we will get minus del phi by del x is equals to minus del psi by del y, that is del phi by del x is equals to del psi by del y, and comparing the values of v, minus del phi by del y is equals to del psi by del x, or you can also write del phi by del y is equals to minus del psi by del x. Okay. So a question has been given regarding the theories of stream function and velocity potential function. So let's solve this. So here it has been given that if for a two-dimensional potential flow, the velocity potential is given by phi is equals to x2y minus 1. Determine the velocity at the point P 4, 5. Determine also the value of stream function psi at the point P with the space coordinates in x and y direction as 4, 5. So first of all we need to determine the velocity at point P 4, 5 when the value of phi is given, that is the velocity potential function. So here we will write solution. Okay, so in solution what has been given? Phi is equals to x 2y minus 1. Now in case for stream function we know that u is equals to minus del phi by del x and v is equals to minus del phi by del y. So this value would be minus del by del x of phi, that is 2xy minus 1. I am clearing out the bracket, so it will be 2xy minus x. Okay, so what will be the differentiation of this? It will be with respect to x minus 2y minus 1. So it will be equals to 1 minus 2y. Okay. And similarly for, sorry, here this bracket is there, so minus 2y plus 1, that is minus 2y plus 1, so it will be equals to 1 minus 2y, that is the value of u. And similarly for v, we have minus del by del y of 2xy minus x. So with respect to y it will be minus 2x. Okay, so the value of u is 1 minus 2y and the value of v is equals to minus 2x. Now we need to find out the velocity at the coordinates 4, 5. So substituting the value of 4 as x and phi as y, what we will get? We will get u is equals to 1 minus 2y is equals to 1 minus 2 into phi, taking the value of y in space of y. So it will gives us the value of 1 minus 10, that is minus 9 units per second. That is the value of u. And similarly for v, we have minus 2x is equals to minus 2 into 4. So minus 4 to the 8 units per second. So we got the value of velocity components u and v in x and y direction as minus 9 units per second and minus 8 units per second. So according to the theory, the resultant velocity at resultant velocity at point P that is 4, 5 is equals to under root of u square plus v square is equals to under root of minus 9 whole square plus minus 8 whole square. It will gives us the value of 12.04 units per second. Okay, so this is the resultant velocity, and if we want to describe this resultant velocity in vector form, then it will be equals to minus 8I minus 9 V is equals to minus 9I minus 8J, as minus 9 is the value of U and minus 8 is the value of V, that is UI plus VJ. So this is the resultant velocity in vector form. Okay, so we are done with the first question, that is we need to find out the resultant velocity P at point 4, 5 using using velocity potential function phi. Okay, now next is what? Next is we need to determine the value of stream function psi at point P 4, 5. So now second point is to determine the value of psi at point P 4, 5. Okay, so now again for stream function, sorry, by mistake here I have written stream function, but this is potential velocity potential function. Okay, this was my mistake, sorry. Now we know that for stream function psi, we know the values of U and V, that is U is equals to minus del psi by del Y and V is equals to del psi by del X. Okay, but here we know the value of U and it is equals to 1 minus 2y. So U is equals to 1 minus 2y is equals to minus del psi by del Y, and in place of V, we have 2x, minus 2x. So minus 2x is equals to minus del psi by del X. Plus del psi by del X. So here the value of del psi by del Y will become, as minus sign will go over here, it will become 2y minus 1, and this del psi by del X will be equals to minus 2x. Okay, so from the formulas of stream function psi in terms of velocity components U and V, we will get the value of del psi by del Y is equals to 2y minus 1 and del psi by del X is equals to minus 2x. Just by substituting the values of U and V that we have already found and equating, we will get these two values, del psi by del Y and del psi by del X. Now giving these two equations as number 1 and 2, what we will do, we will integrate equation 1 with respect to y. Okay, so here I am writing del psi by del Y is equals to 2y minus 1. So integrating this, we get del psi is equals to integration of 2y minus 1 into del y. Okay, so that will be, integration will be what with respect to y? 2y square by 2 minus y plus constant of integration c. That will gives us the value of del psi. Okay, but the constant of psi. So this is the equation which we will get. Now the constant of integration c is not a function of y, but it can be a function of x, right? Okay, so let the value of this constant of integration c is given by k. So what I am trying to say over here, that this c is constant of integration is not a function of y, but it can be function of x. So let its value is represented as k. So now writing the above equation, psi is equals to 2y square by 2 minus y plus k. Okay, this constant of integration is represented by another symbol k. And now differentiating the above equation with respect to x, because as I said that it is not a function of y but it can be a function of x. So del psi by del x is equals to, this term will be 0, this term will be 0, because there is no variable x, and this can be a function of x, that is constant k. So differentiating it with respect to x, del k by del x. Okay, and from the previous equation of this, that is del psi by del x is equals to minus 2x. Okay, we can write this value over here, that is del psi by del x is equals to minus 2x is equals to del k by del x. Okay, so it means therefore the value of del k by del x is equals to minus 2x. Okay, integrating above equation again, we can get what we will get. Okay, I am writing here. Integrating the above equation, we will get k is equals to minus 2x dx. So it will be equals to minus 2x square by 2, that will be equals to minus x square. Okay, so the value of k is equals to minus x square. So what we did, in order to obtain the value of this constant k, we considered it as a function of x and we differentiated it with respect to x. So del k by del x is equals to minus 2x, and again differentiating it with respect to x, we will get del x is equals to integration of minus 2x dx. So that value we got as k is equals to minus x square. Now substituting this value of minus x square in the above equation, we will get the equation as psi is equals to y square minus y minus x square. Okay, this is the equation we get by substituting the values in this equation. So substituting the value of k over here, what we will get, 2 is cut, so it will be y square minus y minus x square. Okay, so this is the equation which we got. And now stream function. So this is the equation we got. So now stream function at point P 4, 5 is given as y square minus y minus x square. So substituting the value of x and y in this equation, that is 5 square minus 5 minus 4 square. 5 5s are 25 minus 5 minus 4 4s are 16. So 25 minus 5 20, 20 minus 16, it will be equals to 4 units. So the value of stream function at point 4, 5 psi is 4 units. So this is the answer. Okay.